Hi, if you've been following me, you'll know that I've been to a lot of afternoon teas. I've had a lot of savoury courses, a lot of scones and a lot of cakes. And in this video, I want to talk about the best sandwiches and savoury courses that I've had at all of those teas that I've been to. So the first round of afternoon tea has been served. Here it is, and it looks really impressive, really quite amazing. So not like your usual afternoon tea where it'll come on a silver platter. This has come on a lovely plate, and then we've got these two amazing things here. So let's have a look at what we've got. So to start off with, we've got this cucumber salad sandwich, which is on white bread, which has got little pieces of mint all across it. We've then got a brown bread, and it really is quite a dark brown bread. It's like a rye bread with salmon and horseradish sauce in here. And then to finish off on the sandwiches, we've got cheese and pickle. Looks pretty impressive. Now, if we have a look at this, this is a hoisin duck in a leaf wrap. Really quite a work of art. Amazing. Come on a little plinth. And then we've got this brown crumpet, which isn't like any of the crumpets I've ever seen before. So really very impressive in terms of the presentation. Looks absolutely incredible. And the tea is now being served as well. It's now time for the taste test. So let's start off with this really interesting cucumber sandwich. These little dollops of mint on here looks quite intriguing. Never seen anything like that before in a sandwich. That is a next level cucumber sandwich. Cucumber's really nice and thin and light, but these little dollops of mint just really lift it. Gives you that powerful mint flavour, but sort of light and zesty. Really delicious. And it's quite a big sandwich as well. Quite a good bit of eating in that. I'll just put that down for a second. Now let's have a look at this salmon sandwich. Now this is really quite unusual because firstly we've got this very dark bread, got a lot of salmon in there, and then it's got some horseradish to it. It's quite unusual because normally horseradish comes with beef rather than salmon, but I'm up for it. Let's see what it's like. Surprisingly good, actually. The horseradish gives you that sort of slightly spicy kick, which complements well against the sort of the fishiness of the salmon. The bread, quite unusual as well, but really tasty. So, and again, quite a big sandwich. Impressed with both of those. Now, cheese and pickle, I think, is probably my favourite of all these type of sandwiches. This is on a sort of brown wholemeal type bread. Let's see what it's like, the pickle. So the cheese is a bit soft. It's more like a cheese paste rather than actual thick pieces of cheese. Pickle's nice, bread's a bit soft. It's okay. I've had better. I prefer my cheese to be thick and chewy rather than pasty, but it's all right. Right, let's have a look at one of these things. Now, this, I mean, hoisin duck is one of my favourites anyway. I think I'm going to have to maybe just do this. Maybe I can bite it. It's really delicate and soft. You can see there's a ton of duck in the bottom of it. That's really nice. Tastes just like the sort of hoisin duck that you would get from a Chinese restaurant, but really fresh, and the leaf on the outside so soft, really just disappears, just melts in your mouth. But got a good amount of spring onions in there, really tasty. That's delicious. Not had anything like that before at an afternoon tea. Sort of obviously slightly oriental, not just sandwiches. Really good. Now let's try this brown crumpet. Now this has got edible gold leaf on the top, and it's also got some eggs on here. Let's just see what this is like. That's different, tasty. Not sure what the gold leaf's meant to taste like. Don't know what gold tastes like, but it doesn't really taste of anything. But that's quite nice. Cream cheese with a bit of egg roe, and just basically a soft crumpet bottom. So overall, pretty impressed with the food out. Let's have a bit of my green tea to wash that down. This isn't the £50 supplement tea, you'll be glad to know. Yeah, it's good. I quite like it in here. Pianist's on, he's playing some nice music. Got some amazing sandwiches. Got a nice bit of tea, so I'm going to finish this up. I'll see you when the next course comes. The savoury course has now arrived, and it is amazing. I have to say the presentation here is off the scale. This is incredible. So the theming is fun, but the quality of this food just looks great. So we've got 5 different things here, and the amazing thing is that they're all refillable. So you can have all of this again, or if you've just got one that you particularly like, you can just request individual portions. So I'm gonna have to refer back to the menu to remind myself what's in all of these things, because I don't wanna miss any of it out. So I'm gonna start off with this one, which I believe is the smoked salmon with cream cheese and cucumber sarnie, this one. So it's like, and if you look at it, look at the foam on the top. That is, wowzer. So it's not like any smoked salmon sandwich I've had before. It almost seems a shame to eat it because it's so, it's presented so well. But that's what we're here for. Ooh, and the foam's really foamy. It sort of just disappears as you bite into it. Just disappears. It's actually a really good sandwich. So I've got a layer of cream cheese around the smoked salmon, and it's a really good combination, just about the right level. But that foam makes it really fun. It just sort of bubbles on your lips as you bite it. That's really nice. I like that. Okay. Next up, I am going to go for I'm actually going to try this one, which is a mushroom toasty. So there's mushroom in there, but you can see there's a really fun mushroom on the top as well, a bit of cream cheese. It's quite heavy, quite a substantial bit of food, this. Very strong mushroom flavour. So you can see there's a good layer of mushroom through the middle of it. It's in a very light toasted, I wouldn't even say that's a sandwich, it feels like more like a croquette. Yeah, it's like a mushroom croquette, really nice. If you don't like mushrooms, you probably wouldn't like it because it's a very strong flavour, but I like them. That's really unusual. I mean, I have to say, top marks here for the ingenuity, because quite often when you go to a themed tea, it'll just be the desserts that are themed, and then everything else is just standard sandwiches, and you get some scones. This, they've really put the effort in, so I have to say that look, this is going really well so far. Okay, I'm going to try this one next, which is, I'm just trying to work it out what it is. This is the Coronation Chicken Sarnie. It actually says Sarnie on there, it's not me saying it. And it's got Willy Wonka's top hat on there, which is quite fun, I think. Let me just take that off, see what that's made of. Oh, it's really light. Oh, it's almost like a wafer, like a savoury wafer. Oh, it's really nice, actually. Let's see what this Coronation Chicken is like. That's good. It's got quite a distinctive Indian type flavour to it because it's curried chicken, Coronation Chicken, but it's also quite creamy. That's a really well constructed sandwich. I like that. Sorry, I licked my fingers and people tell me off for doing that. I'll stop doing that. Okay, I've got 2 left here. I've left 2 of the most exciting ones until the end. Let me just double check on the menu what I'm having now. Now this is a leek and Shropshire blue cheese quiche. And you can see that it's got Wonka written on the top. Now, when we're talking about Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, obviously the book dates back to 1964. That's when it was first released in the USA. It came out in the UK a few years later. And it wasn't actually that successful to start with, but since then, it's been made into 3 big blockbuster movies. So in 1971, the original Charlie, it was actually called Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory, starring Gene Wilder, the American version. So Wonka goes back from that. We then had Charlie and the Chocolate Factory, starring Johnny Depp in 2005, which was a big Hollywood remake of it. And then, most recently, we've had Wonka itself. So the film is actually called Wonka, and that starred Timothée Chalamet, and that's a musical. I've seen it, it's really good, actually. I'm not a massive fan of musicals, but that one's quite a good one. Right, let me get back to this quiche and see what it's like. Oh, wow. You can see the quiche here. We've got the pastry, very thin pastry, very light filling, quite a strong blue cheese flavour. So if you like blue cheese and mushrooms, this is definitely going to be right up your street. If you're not as keen on the strong cheese and the strong mushroomy flavour, then you may be asking for the other ones on your refills. That's really nice, I like that. That's good. Now, I've saved this one until the end because it is the most spectacular. It does look incredible. It looks like a dessert, doesn't it? It looks like it should be coming with all of the sweets at the end. And this is a beetroot and horseradish hot ice cream for cold days, in inverted commas. So there we go. We just lift it out. So this is the cone. I mean, it's so cute. That is amazing. Again, almost seems a shame to eat it, but I'm going to. That's really interesting. So, as with a lot of illusion food, mentally, you're sort of thinking it's going to be ice cream, and then, of course, it isn't ice cream, it's beetroot cream in a cone. But the wafer on the top was actually something sweet. So I think there's a bit of chocolate in there, dark chocolate. So it actually lifts it quite a lot. So you're having it. It's really nice beetrooty flavour. And then this dark chocolate cuts across it right at the end. Really good, really amazing. I think I'm going to have a bit more of my chocolate tea just to wash that down. Oh, that goes really well with it, actually. That's a really good compliment. So I'm going to get these refilled. Why not? You know, whenever you come to these afternoon teas, if they say you can refill any of your options, then you should do that because it gives you more value for money. You know, you can have a little nibble and maybe take things home that if you don't want to eat them all second time. So I'm going to get a refill and I'll see you for what is usually the best part of an afternoon tea, the scones, but I don't know that it will be today because it started off really strongly. So I'll see you for the scones. So as you can see, I've got a completely refilled plate here, so I've got exactly the same course again, which is just incredible because quite often if you go to afternoon tea, if there's a special savoury, then usually you can't actually reorder that. They say, oh, there's a limit on that. You can have as many sandwiches as you like. So for example, when you go to Harrods, they have 2 special ones. They won't refill those, but they will refill the sandwiches. But here, they're happy to refill all of it. We've got 5 sandwiches here, all presented together. They do look great, really quite big. There's a lot of sandwich there. And you also get an extra seasonal pastry. So this is asparagus and pecorino. It's a sort of one and done, just a small bite. It looks great. It's in like a sort of very thin pastry shell. Love stuff like this, really amazing. Oh, it's so soft. It's like a liquid. That was quite surprising. I thought it was going to be pieces of asparagus, but it was like blended. It was like a liquid inside. It was really delicious, amazing. Don't have things like that very often. That, different level, really good. Okay, let's fire through these sandwiches and see what we've got. I'm going to start at this end. You can see they're all packed together. There's 2 of everything. Looks brilliant. Different coloured breads, like the look of it. So this is the smoked salmon, good size of sandwich. 3 or 4 bites in that. So what type of salmon is it? Let me see if I can find it. On here, it is 7NY smoked salmon. There's a nice little write-up. It's got some dill and some cream cheese in there as well. Really good ratio of filling to sandwich there. A lot of filling. That's like basically a third. That bread is so soft, it's almost not there. It's like it just tastes almost like a smoked salmon. Really delicious. That's one of the best smoked salmon sandwiches that I've had. Really good. Really impressed with that. Really, really good. Okay, let's just move that one out of the way. Next up, the classic cucumber sandwich. So what does the write-up say? If I can find it. And they're not in order. The sandwiches aren't in the same order as they are in the menu here. So where are we? English cucumber. So it says, our cucumber is grown in the heart of England under glass or in the great outdoors, depending upon the weather. The cucumber is served with lemon creme fraiche and mint on white bread. It looks good. Classic flavour, really delicate, really light, delicious. Yeah, top marks for that. That's excellent. Right, next one is the biggest sandwich of all of them. See if I can get it out. It's chicken. It's chicken with, I mean, the filling on this is actually more filling than there is bread, which is fantastic. So see if I can find what it is. So it's roasted Devon chicken, so Devon, which is a county in England where a lot of the cream comes for the scones. And it's served with mustard mayonnaise and baby gem lettuce. And the bread looks really interesting. Well, it's a wholemeal bread. These sandwiches are absolutely brilliant, really tasty. That's packed full of flavour. The mustard's very delicate. It's a light, sweet mustard, so not spicy. Really good. Lots of lettuce in there to give you that crunch. Again, the bread, super soft, really brilliant. Really liking these sandwiches. They're very, very good quality. Okay, another classic here, egg mayonnaise. And again, we've got a good amount of filling to white bread on this one. See if I can find out anything about this. So this is, it says cackle bean egg mayonnaise. So, cackleberry. Cackleberry Farm is nestled in the heart of a hill just outside Stow-on-Mold. And it's served with, I can't read what it says. It's served with a bit of salad anyway. It looks good. Let's taste it. That's a good egg mayonnaise sandwich. I'm not a massive fan of egg mayonnaise. It's okay. It's a bit boring most of the time. That's quite nice. They've elevated it to a decent level. Not as good as the other ones, but still a good sandwich. And then the final one here is a ham and mustard. And let's see if I can find out anything about it. It's, Dorrington ham served on onion bread to complete the flavour. So, again, huge amounts of filling compared to the bread. More filling than bread on all these sandwiches. That's excellent. The ham is thick cut ham, real ham, quite salty. There's a pickle in there, as well as a little bit of greenery. Really well balanced, gives you a good amount of chew. That's excellent. This bread is so fresh, it's unbelievable, just melts in the mouth. So overall, these 5 sandwiches, brilliant. That little extra treat that we had to start with, fantastic. Claridge's is really delivering here. This is first class. So it's taken me a long time to get a booking here, but it looks like it's worth the wait. So I'm going to finish the rest of these. The cameraman can have some of their sandwiches, and we'll see you for a moment for the secret bonus course that comes with this special menu. See you then. The second extra special course has now arrived, and here it is, served really fantastically on this lovely little plate. This is a phyllo pastry tart of goat's cheese with all sorts of different peas. Pea puree, there's got different bits of peas, some actual, the outside of the peas. Quite excited to see what it's like. You don't get this every time you come. This is just because we're on a special menu today. So let's see if I can cut this down the middle. See what it looks like, the cross section. So here we go. You can see that it's very green. The cameraman just zooms in a little bit on this. You can see it's very green. There's a lot of pea here. Pea puree, and then lots of the different things. So I'll just take this onto my plate. It looks very light. It was described by our server as summer in a bowl. So I'm expecting it to be very light. That's really interesting. So firstly, it's cold, so it's not warm. It tastes a little bit like, the pastry tastes like the pastry that you get on a cake. So instinctively, when I bit through the pastry, I was sort of expecting it to be sweet, like a cake, but it was obviously tasted of peas. So, but luckily, I really like peas, which is great. Absolutely brilliant, really light, delicate, not like anything I've tasted before. It does taste very strongly of pea, but with the pastry and the combination of all of the other different herbs, and there's a few different things in here like lemon, maybe a bit of mint in here as well.
really delicious, really nice, and a great little bonus extra course. So had that, really impressed. Now looking forward to the best bit of any afternoon tea, the scones.
The savoury sections have just been served, and you can see that it's served on this fantastic clock with the skyline in the background. And we've got a really interesting selection of savouries here. Now, the chef has recommended eating them from the lightest flavour to the strongest flavour. So he's saying to eat the cucumber salad sandwich first, which egg mayonnaise and watercress on white bread. Then to have the Enchanted Forest tart, followed by the Neverland Lagoon, which is a confit of salmon. We've got the baked pig, which is a sausage roll with crisp pastry in the middle. And then the final thing is the Lost Boy sandwich, which is lightly spiced confit chicken with mustard mayo, sweet corn crumb on red pepper bread. So let's dive in and see what this food tastes like. I'm going to follow the chef's recommendation. So I will go for this sandwich first, which is basically egg mayonnaise. Quite weighty, quite a decent size, feels nice and soft. Have you ever had an egg mayonnaise sandwich? That's pretty much as good as it's going to get. Really fresh, actually. I quite like the little accompaniments they put in there. Bread's lovely and soft. Yeah, good start. Okay. He said to go for this one next, which, let me just refresh my memory on what is in this little tart. So this is a sweet potato, cheddar, fig and pine nut tart. So quite unusual. I like the look of it, nice presentation, decent size, because quite often comes to afternoon tea, they're a bit small, there's one bite, more than one bite in this. Really delicate pastry. Fig works really well actually. Lifts it, gives you that little crunch that you get in figs where you taste the seeds. That's really nice. Sweet potato, really light, I mean it weighs light, but it tastes really fresh and light. I'm just going to fire through and have a nibble of everything rather than eating all of this. Okay, so this was the next that was suggested to be eaten. Let me just remind you what it was. So this is a Neverland Lagoon, which is a confit salmon, compressed iceberg lettuce and smoked caviar. You can see the smoked caviar, the black bits on the top. So it's in a little brioche bun. I mean, it's fantastic, really. It's just a tiny little sandwich with it's packed full of stuff. It's quite a delicate flavour. It's got a really rich salmon flavour. The caviar doesn't really taste very strong, which is good because I don't really like it if it's too fishy. The bun's really soft and light. That's excellent. That's really tasty sandwich. Let me just put that down. Okay, let's go for this big bad boy. Now, sausage rolls are very popular in the UK. Greggs sausage rolls sell 1 million per day. They don't look like this. This looks like a very posh sausage roll. Let me just see. It's called baked pig, and it's sausage roll with crisp puff pastry. But you can see that the sausage meat is filled completely to the edge, and it's absolutely massive. I mean, if this was a real sausage roll, it'd be huge, but it looks really good. The pastry is very crumbly. Oh, it's really tasty, really succulent, really flavoursome. Pastry is very light, just melts in your mouth. That's delicious. That's really, really nice. Let me just put that to one side. I've just got one more to try here. It's the final one, which I'm told is the one to have last because it's the strongest, and it's called the Lost Boy sandwich, and it's lightly spiced confit chicken bound with a mustard mayo, sweet corn crumb on red pepper bread. Now, red pepper bread's quite unusual in itself. This is quite heavy. It's a lot weightier than the first sandwich. Wow. This crumb on the outside gives you a little crispy crunch to the taste. The chicken really heavily flavoured. It tastes delicious. It's really nice. It's got a little after kick, sort of slightly spicy aftertaste. That is delicious. I have to say, As the savoury section, this is one of the best that I've had in terms of an afternoon tea. There's a lot of variety here, lots of different textures and flavours, and I think this is a really good mixture. And don't forget, you can get a refill on this if you want one, so I could eat all of this and ask for the same again. Not sure I'm going to, because there's a lot of food here. Anyway, I'm going to crack on and eat this. I'm going to let the cameraman have theirs, and I'll see you for the next course. So I mentioned that you can get free refills. We decided just to go for the sausage roll and the sweet potato tart because they were the two most delicious items, and I have to say that the savoury section here is really filling, so if I got a whole new section of food I wouldn't be able to eat any of the scones or the cakes, and that's basically the highlight. So don't forget, if you come here, to make sure you ask for a refill on the food.
Welcome to your beautiful Phantom of the Opera afternoon tea. Our story begins with a spectacular auction, as both of you can see in front of you. Block of 666, selection of sandwiches, presents. Voila! Let me introduce what are they. So, on a white bread you got fresh minted cream with cucumber on the top. On a brioche bread you got loose egg with black truffle mayo. Then you got it in a malted grain bread, dill creamy cheese with a smoked salmon, Cornish crab tart with a Shropshire blue and brown custard flour. Then you got the roasted chicken with the emulsion of tarragon in a brioche filetti. Let the auction begin, and bon appetit for both of you.
Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
That's great, thank you. Wow, what a great way to serve the sandwiches. Really quite different, quite fun, theatrical. And I like this cage that it comes in. It's really quite, it's almost like a little bird cage, isn't it? Which again is a nod to the musical. Won't go too much into the details. So the great thing about this was the camera wants to zoom in on these sandwiches. They're really nicely varied. I think we've got visually, they look really good. Got a nice selection of different flavours and textures, and it just looks, I think it's a really nice presentation. So quite excited about this afternoon tea. Now, I'm going to have to refer back to the menu because I will never remember what's in all of those sandwiches. But let's start with the cucumber one, because that's probably the most straightforward. Now, cucumber sandwiches is it's a stalwart. That's what you want on an afternoon tea. But you don't usually get bits of cucumber on the top, so it's got extra cucumber as well as the cucumber inside it.
So someone from Britain, Eris, wrote to me. She asked if you're interested in a quick call.
So that cucumber on the top makes it really cucumber heavy, which is great, because when you're having a cucumber sandwich, you want a lot of cucumber in there. That's good. The bread's nice and soft. It's got a good amount of cream cheese in there. Yeah, it's well seasoned. Yeah, I like that. That's really good. Now, what is this one? Let's see if I can work it out. So, we've got St. Hugh's egg black truffle mayonnaise. Is that one? Maybe it's that one. Cucumber mint, smoked salmon, crab tartlet, roasted chicken and tarragon. That's that one. So I think this is, let's just taste it and see. So yeah, the St. Hugh's egg, and then it's got a black truffle mayonnaise and watercress on brioche bread. So brioche bread, much sweeter than normal bread, so it's sort of it's lighter. That truffle is incredible. So normally with an egg sandwich, it's a little bit of a dull flavour, it's sort of egg mayonnaise, but this, because of the truffle, really lifts it. It's quite powerful, really tasty, really like that. Okay, let's go for the last sort of standard sandwich. I'd say the size of these sandwiches is good. 2 or 3 bites, probably all you need. And if you look at the ratio of filling to sandwich there, pretty good. That's got a good amount of salmon in it. So this is John Ross smoked salmon, dill cream cheese on malted grain bread. Looks good. Oh, that's nice. It's good. They've got the ratio right. It's not too fishy. Good amount of cream cheese in there. Bread's nice. Yeah, that's a good sandwich. Holds up well. I like that. That's tasty. Now we're into the 2 exciting parts of this. I always like it when you come to an afternoon tea and they've got specials, something that isn't just a sandwich. So we've got 2 here. I'm going to start off with this one. Pretty spectacular. Look at that. There's a lot of artistry and workmanship gone into that.
This is a Cornish crab tartlet, so it's a crab from Cornwall in England. Shropshire Blue, which is a cheese, and brown crab custard. So they've made some sort of custard using crab somehow. So I'm expecting this to be quite fishy. Let's see what it's like. It's a really well constructed little tartlet. The pastry, it's like a dark pastry, it's quite hard, but actually works really well because the crab custard's really soft, and there's bits of crab on the top. Yeah, that's really good. That's really good. I'm impressed with that. That's really, that's lifted this to a different level. Now, what is this? This looks really interesting. It looks like a laminated sort of structure, and we've got like, almost looks like some sort of animal, but I'll tell you what it is. It's roasted chicken with a tarragon emulsion on brioche, how do you pronounce that? Flute? I don't know how to pronounce it. I'm just going to bite it and see what it's like. It's like a sweet, laminated, hard bread, so it's like quite tough. Really nice though, really tasty. It sort of encases the chicken, which has been, it's a sort of creamy, rich filling. That's really delicious. It's quite sweet, so it complements the chicken quite well. So I'd say overall, I'm really impressed with the theatre. I like the fact that they introduce the course and, you know, they reveal it, and there's a bit of a story around it linked into the Phantom of the Opera, obviously, that starts with the auction right at the beginning. I like the presentation, looks good, you know, they put a lot of thought and effort into it. The sandwiches themselves, really interesting mix, all different colours, different textures, different flavours. This is a great start to this Phantom of the Opera afternoon tea. So we're going to crack on. I'm going to let the cameraman have some of their sandwiches, and we'll see you when the second course comes, and this is meant to be the most spectacular part, so I can't wait. It's now time to have a look at the sandwiches. Now, I've got the menu here because I want to just tell you exactly what the sandwiches are. So we've got a Westcombe cheddar and spring onion, smoked salmon with creme fraiche, spicy harissa chicken with basil, cucumber, avocado and mint, and then truffle potato bun. So this was described as an amuse-bouche by the waiter. So it's sort of things just to get you started. So quite impressive. I like the way it's done. It feels a bit more like a choux pastry. So it's actually filled, and you see it coming out the back here. It's really tasty actually. It's got a very light potato flavour to it. Very, very light. It just actually tastes a bit like a choux pastry. Cheesy flavour, quite nice. Okay, let me move this one off. That's the cameraman's. Have a look at these sandwiches. We'll start off with the smoked salmon. Firstly, quite a good size, quite chunky, quite nice. Probably about 6 bites in this. Let's have a taste. Here comes our tea. You see there's a good amount of salmon in there, really quite thick, but it's a good proportion of cream cheese to salmon. Tasty, not too fishy. Like that. That's really nice. I'll try the chicken one next. Now, usually at these sort of afternoon teas, you have coronation chicken, but this is harissa chicken, which can be a bit more spicy. It's really, really nice. So they haven't overdone it with the spice, which is the danger when you have harissa paste, that it can get too spicy. Got a good little bit of greenery in there, gives you a bit more texture. It's a good sandwich, like that. Let's try the cheese one. So this is cheese. Let me just refer back to the menu because that's very tasty. Westcombe cheddar and spring onion. So it almost looks like a paste, the way they've done it. But it is actually finely grated cheese. You can taste the texture of the cheese. Only a hint of spring onion. That is nice. I like a cheese sandwich. Haven't had them in all of the afternoon teas. Really good, really like that. And then everybody's favourite, cucumber, but with a twist. We've got cucumber with avocado here, so let's see how that works. That's really good. So we've got enough cucumber that gives you that crunchy, chewy texture that you get from cucumber, but with the avocado, it gives it a slightly different perspective. So it's a bit smoother, a bit creamier. Really good combination. So I have to say, presentation was great, and these sandwiches all tick the boxes. So far, this afternoon tea is really delivering.